Well, playoff time for the Bullets. Let's take a look at what this roster can be. As per usual, I mean, that 7-man bench is normally the way to go in the playoffs. We discovered that's kind of the magic number. So it will be Michael Williams, LaBradford Smith, Stacey Augmon, Greg Foster, and Purvis Ellison trying to pull off a miracle. Not much of a bench to speak of, but the Bullets are in the playoffs yet again. And it's the 3 seed Miami Heat that will stand in your way for this matchup. Let's take a look at the Miami Heat here. Point guard Bimbo Coles, who maybe I should have signed. Kevin Edwards behind him. Shooting guard Ricky Pierce. They also have Steve Smith. At forward Glenn Rice, Calbert Chaney. Power forward Grant Long. Jason Williams there too, and your former player Mark O'Leary. And at center, James Richmond. PJ Brown. You do have the best player on either side in the form of Purvis Ellison. But at the same time, Miami might have the better well-rounded team. I mean, you got to look there at the individual matchups. You got the advantage at point guard and at center. Those are the 2 star players for you. It is pretty funny that you guys made the playoffs when trying to tank, but I got a feeling you're still going to end up with a good draft pick. But with that, it is game number 1. Again, best of 5 in the first round. Let's see how it goes. Let's quick sim, says Dimma. Well, this game is close. Not close enough. The Miami Heat take game 1, 103-91. A double for Purvis Ellison simply was not enough, as both he and Michael Williams fouled out. 21 points for Glenn Rice on the other side was indeed enough. So a victory there in game 1 for Miami. We'll go to game number 2 quickly. Nothing to really change about your lineup or anything like that. Your team is your team. Can the Bullets pull off an upset? They did it the last time they made the playoffs, but they do trail 0-2 this time to Miami. 96-82. A much better game for Purvis Ellison. No depth scoring at all, with Williams fouling out again. 2 games, and Michael Williams has fouled out both times. Not a good look. This one could be over quick. Game 3 at home. Can Washington stave off elimination? That is the question. We're not going to jump in now unless it's an elimination game, I think. It's close. Oh my god, Miami takes the lead. Dude, it's tied. Okay, we got to watch it. We got to watch it. 22 seconds left. To have it be that close, we got to watch it and see if there's a game-winning shot, you know? 103-103 with 22 seconds left. Miami ball.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth.
Can they end it? No shot clock. This is a limp. Well, I mean, technically, yes. I meant more so for you. As Edwards winds down the game clock. Miami looking to win it. Open shot. Steve Smith misses. And this game's going to overtime. You cannot ask for a better look than Smith just got. And he could not hit it. I meant more to say an interesting elimination game. You guys getting swept is not interesting. Also, your mascot's a fucking nightmare. Jesus. It's close. 50 seconds left, up by 3 in overtime. Bimbo Coles.
Here's Cole.
Open man. It's Smith on the drive. Has to hold off. Did you win the cup yet? Neither of your hockey franchises. Ricky Pierce misses. You gotta watch to find out, man. I can't spoil him. There's the intentional foul. It looks like Washington's gonna live to see another day here.
He doesn't hit the first, and that
Never mind.
was the one they really wanted. He's got one more though.
Never mind.
That's good. Going one.
Second one's good. Damn, I tried. Doing good, man. How are you? Welcome in. 4-point lead, 27 to go.
Seconds left in overtime.
Bullets trying to stay alive in the playoffs. Can they do it?
Here's the pass to Smith.
Pierce to Smith. Pierce had a three, didn't take it. Moving it around a lot. They're wasting a lot of time. A lot of time. Pierce forces it, gets fouled. Wasted so much time. I didn't see who just fouled out, but you did lose somebody. Then again, half your team are rando filler players.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Everyone had a great mustache in the 90s, man. Ricky Pierce hits them both, leads down to 2.
Those free throws were must-haves, and he delivered. It's down to a one-possession game now.
Washington back to the line.
That's a good play. I mean, fouling there in hopes of staying alive in this one. That's the right play.
They need every second they can get at this point. Do whatever they can to come back.
Only up by 2. Make it 3. County man, the mustaches. Can he make it 4? Yes, he can. Should be a rule before the AI takes over the world. It needs a bit of video game logic. That's why I'm not concerned. That's why I'm not concerned. Like, oh, are you worried about an AI overtake? Man, have you played franchise modes and watched AI versus AI gameplay? Not concerned about shit. Although, yeah, I will say in Madden, they have improved their AI a bit. I'll give them credit. They still do some weird stuff, but they're getting better. But then again, if Madden AI is the standard bearer that we're going off of here, we're going to be fine. Miami in a rough spot. Open 3. Got it. Miami's not going away. Smith will go back to the line one more time. Misses the first. Makes the second. It's a 2-point Washington lead. 10 seconds to go. Here comes Chaney for Miami. Chaney. Where's he going to go? Off the pick. Calbert Chaney for the win. Got it! And the Miami Heat sweep the Washington Bullets. Calbert Chaney, the rookie. Holy shit, the balls. The stones on Calbert Chaney to go for the winning 3 instead of the tying 2. And the Washington Bullets season comes to an end. Not an exciting elimination game. Yeah, apparently I was wrong. Holy hell. What a shot for Calbert Chaney. And the Washington Bullets are sent packing via first-round sweep thanks to LeBradford Smith's inability to hit free throws. And will that be the final game that Purvis Ellison ever plays in Washington? Chaney has only 3 of the game. And he fucking nailed it. The Bullets are out. That sends us that much closer to yet another offseason tonight. As we get a look, 28 points for Purvis early on. He averaged a double-double, 16 rebounds over the course of the 3 games, which is insane. But the secondary scoring just wasn't quite there to the same level. Certainly the defense wasn't quite there either. So, that is it for Washington season. Seattle eliminates Portland. They'll play Phoenix in round 2. Houston upsets Los Angeles. And Utah back in the second round. Orlando will play New York. The Bulls out in the first round again, but MJ was hurt. And Miami will play New Jersey, who have knocked out the defending champion Hornets. So 3 years and 3 different champions. We've seen Chicago win. We've seen Utah win, if I'm not mistaken. And now, after Charlotte's eliminated, we'll see someone else. Magic and Heat. Sonics and Rockets as the Utah Jazz eliminated again. As the Magic fall, it's Sonics and Heat. The Sonics upset in round 1 last year. They keep Sean Kemp. He wins MVP. It'll be Sonics and Heat. Who's going to win their first ever title? And it is Sean Kemp and the Seattle Supersonics. Charlotte and Seattle as champions, and Sean Kemp solidifies himself as Washington's biggest heel, winning MVP after making the decision to stay in Seattle over going to Washington. Wow. The stories write themselves, don't they? With that, the 1994 offseason. In terms of player retirements, Moses Malone, Bernard King probably would have retired anyway, but had his final season ended via broken ankle. Bill Laimbeer is gone. Herb Williams. Quite a few veterans. Jeff Rulin's gone. Jan Sundvold. So, quite a few veterans on the way out. To the Hall of Fame goes one Moses Malone. Has his number retired by both Philadelphia and Houston, while Bill Laimbeer's number 40 heads to the rafters. Are there career-ending injuries in NBA? Yes. Last I knew, at least. Historic changes. The worst team will now have improved odds of obtaining a top 3 pick. Teams with the same record will share the same odds as obtaining a top 3 pick. And players will now be awarded 3 free throws when fouled on a 3-point attempt. The Sacramento Kings changed their logo and uniform, as do the Cleveland Cavaliers. So quite a few changes this offseason, including more lottery changes. But here we go. The 94 draft. The Timberwolves have the top odds. The Bullets, thanks to the Lakers, have the 6th best odds in a deal that might have been top 3 protected. I don't quite recall. And the Mavericks at 5. The Sonics, by the way, as defending champions, have a 0.8% chance. So we'll see. Again, both of us in the lottery here. The Milwaukee Bucks stay at 11. No surprise. The Philadelphia 76ers at 10. Stay. No surprise. The Atlanta Hawks stay at number 9. At 8. At 8. The Indiana Pacers stay. No movement so far. Aussie would be great, wouldn't it? NHL not having this is very disappointing. At 7, the Cleveland Cavaliers have moved up. So the Bullets will land at 7 and keep the pick. The Mavericks will pick 6th We both fell down. We both fell down. No lottery luck for either of us this year. So again, if that was a top 3 pick for you guys, it would have transferred the next year's, with the Lakers keeping it. San Antonio picks at 5. The Detroit Pistons have moved up. The Milwaukee Bucks. Actually, in fairness, that maybe it was the transferred pick. But no, it says it. So yeah, Pistons moved up. The Bucks have pick number 4 and 11. The Pistons do have the 3rd pick. Aussie, not quite. It's been a nuke, but not a nuke, without using one, basically. Both teams are in weird spots. It'll be the Cavs, are the worst team in the NBA, the Timberwolves, with the 1st overall pick. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, on a 2.9% chance, have won the 1st overall pick. Wow. The year that the T-Wolves had the highest odds ever at 25%. The Cleveland Cavaliers have the 1st overall pick. The Mavericks select at 6 and 18, while the Bullets select at 7 and 14. So we both have 2 picks within the top 18 in this upcoming draft, but the Cavaliers win the lottery. And with that, the 1994 NBA drafts. There are some good players here that we're probably both going to miss out on. With the 1st pick, the Cavs select Grant Hill. 1st overall. That's a choice. Yeah, 3rd best player from this draft. Maybe the 2nd, depending on your argument. At 2, the Minnesota Timberwolves take Glenn Robinson. Why? He was top 10. That's a choice. The Detroit Pistons at 3. Oh, there's a trade. Someone's like, nope, we're getting Jason Kidd. Someone's trading up to take him. Oh my God, it's Boston. Kevin McHale and Joe Klein. For the 3rd overall pick, the Boston Celtics select point guard Jason Kidd. The Celtics pull off the deal and get Jason Kidd, who can't believe it. Look at his face. Oh, baby. Hold on a second. Look at his fucking face. Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. At 4, the Milwaukee Bucks select generated point guard, that is, Pete Maxwell. San Antonio at 5 take power forward Danielle Marshall. Back-to-back Mavericks and Bullets coming up here. The Mavericks at 6 get a trade offer. 14 of them. Manute Bol and a 97 first from Philly. That's not too bad. Not at all. Not at all. Vlade Divac. Yeah, they want both my 1st round picks this year. That's not going to happen. Georgie and D Brown. Ooh, how good's D Brown? B-. Georgie's only a 72 right now at 23. Kevin Willis would certainly put my team into contention. 31 years old. Steve Smith and Kevin Edwards, but they want a 95 first. Andy Ferry and Mark Eaton's not good enough. Tisdale, Chilcutt. Cedric Ceballos and Chris Dudley. Isaiah Ryder, Jim Peterson. Rick Smets, Anthony Bonner. The Pistons first rounder in 96. And Cary Grant. There are some good players left in this draft, but to push my chances back to a 96 first rounder, I feel like that's got to be the one for me. There's Eddie Jones, there's Juwan Howard, Brian Grant, Jalen Rose, but none of them... I mean, Eddie Grant was good, but none of them represent the super high end. Not Eddie Grant, Eddie Jones. That is, I combined two different names. Eddie Jones was a pretty fucking underrated player, man. But he's not Kobe, you know? At the same time, that Manute Bol 97 first was interesting too. 97, you'd be banking on Tim Duncan, Chauncey Billups, or Tracy McGrady. But 96, you're banking on Kobe, Ray Allen, Steve Nash, AI, Peja. The problem is that 97 draft is a little bit more risky than the 96. 96 had more overall depth. 97's the big three, and then it falls off a fucking cliff. As much as I'd like to get Manute Bol, I still have Juwan Howard at center. The only reason to not take this is if I think someone like Eddie Jones is the missing piece. I got Penny. Eddie Jones would go in at shooting guard. If I'm not mistaken, I was 99% sure Eddie Jones is a shooting guard. 99%. He was, yeah. Also played forward. Half forward is Lionel Simmons. I don't really have a great power forward, but Alonzo might have gotten worse. And right now doesn't plan on re-signing, apparently. Let's see if that's the case. A lot of people who said they don't want to re-sign right now. It's Eddie Jones, the missing piece to make this team a championship level team. I don't think it is. I got a bunch of good players, but I don't have a star. I need a star. We've seen how important that is. I'm going to take this. I'm going to trade the 6th overall pick to the Detroit Pistons for their 1996 first and point guard Cary Grant, who might as well just be walking. It's more about the 96 pick. Done deal. The Pistons take power forward Juwan Howard as he stays in the state of Michigan. The Bullets at 7 have to make the pick. No trade offers for the Bullets at 7. So, in looking at your team and seeing what you have, you do have Michael Williams, who, if I had to guess, you're going to want to try to trade. You got Stacey Augmon at shooting guard. You don't have a forward. You don't have a power forward. And you got Purvis Ellison at center, who might be walking away. So, yeah, you're kind of in a tough spot. At point guard, gotta be honest, there's nobody that you want to take this high. Aaron McKee might have been the best of the bunch. You can't control multiple teams, yeah. There's no one at point guard who's worth that selection. Shooting guard, Lamond Murray was okay. IRL, he might be overrated in this game. IRL, Eddie Jones was arguably the second best player from this draft. Hands down. Not hands down, but you get the point. At forward, Art Robinson, who is generated. So you could go for the AI player, even though we toned down their effectiveness. There is Jalen Rose. Power forward is another generated player named Herb Callaway, who's apparently a 76 at 20 years old. The real life player that would be worth taking here is Brian Grant. Although shout out to Dickie Simpkins. And then it's center. Gotta be honest, there's no one that you're going to want to take there. At least not that early. So, the options can go for the computer-generated player, the power forward Callaway. Could go for Brian Grant. At forward, there's Art Robinson and Jalen Rose. And then at guard, it would be Eddie Jones. Those are pretty much your best options there, chat. The poll is up. Refresh if you don't see it. You got a couple of interesting options there, especially with the computer-generated players. That I'm surprised are looking as good as they are, given we turned down the quality, so that the IRL players could shine a bit more, but hey, maybe he will be that good. Maybe. Maybe. It's been decided. Chat's going with the generated option. Old Herb Callaway, a 20-year-old out of Wichita State. Herb Callaway is that next pick. The Pacers at 8 take Eddie Jones. It's a really good pick for them. At 9, the Atlanta Hawks take Jalen Rose. It's a very good pick for them. Philadelphia at 10, Art Robinson. One of those generated guys. Milwaukee at 11, generated center, Malcolm Taylor. Celtics at 12. Man, Jason Kidd and Brian Grant in the same draft. Way to go, Boston. New Jersey at 13, Franklin Nash, and the Bullets again at 14. Do not get any trade offers. Nobody wants your shit. Well, are there any of those dudes left? Lamont Murray's available. Yeah, you're kind of in a tough spot. You're kind of in a tough spot in terms of quality lefts. Lamont Murray is your best bet. He's the only guy showing up as a C+. And again, given that you're not exactly drafting for need right now, Lamont Murray is your guy. I mean, unless you're suddenly not planning on taking the nuke approach. If you were to go for a forward, it's a fucking toss-up outside of Monty Williams in terms of non-computer generated guys. So honestly, I mean, Murray can play forward as well. I'll leave it up to a vote here. You don't have too great of a set of options here. Can either be Murray, the shooting guard, Blake at forward, or someone else that people might like. But especially if you're planning on trying to make more trades to continue to stock up over the next couple of drafts, then Lamont Murray is probably going to be the most tradable piece. Lamont Murray wins. There you go. Quick and easy. It's a blowout. So, let's see. Portland take Gabe Gill. Chicago at 16, Chris Garrett. I'm really hoping for a trade here. Denver at 17, Chuck Simmons. Dallas got no trade offers. Fuck me. Was really hoping for one. I'm going to go for Aaron McKee. It's because he was decent on the Sixers back in the day. Plus, he went to Temple, the greatest college on earth, according to that one guy. We will sim to the next user pick, which is Dallas in the second round. I have to make the pick as well. I'm going to go for Harry Blake. Because according to my scouts, he's the best guy left. So welcome in, Mr. Blake. What else do we have here in the second round? Bullets on the clock. You get trade offers. Are there any good ones? To be honest, you might want to consider if there is a deal for a future second round pick like that in 96. Or one pick for 2 picks. Might not be the worst option. Unfortunately, you're not really seeing a 1 pick for 2 pick right now, and there's really no trades involving decent players either. Yeah, there's nothing unless you just want to kick the can down the road. What do you say? Take like the Sixers 96? It's pretty much the best you can hope for right now. Maybe the Rockets 96, but they've been a playoff team too. Sonics just won a title. Blazers in 96. Might as well. There's nobody left in this fucking draft, man. There's nobody left. It's just best guess. Unless, you know, Monty Williams is who you're upset that you missed out on. Or Jeff Carl. And I don't get a trade offer. Fuck me. Well, got anybody that's real? Rod Collins might be, but with a face like that, dude, Jesus. It doesn't matter who the hell I take. Who's got the best name? Because there's no way I'm signing you. No way I'm signing you. Is there anybody with a really fun name? Anybody at all? At least there's no one with a super fun name. Eric Bledsoe's real, yeah, but obviously it's not that Eric Bledsoe. Well, this whole looking for a fun name idea didn't really come to fruition either. How are there no super fun names? Who the hell spells Dalton like that? What's the matter with you? Guy Weber! Brother of Shea. Let's fucking go with him, because I got tired of looking. Alright, that brings the 94 draft to a close. Grant Hill, the first overall. Again, LOL, Jason Kidd going third. All three of the top options were good, though. Again, I traded the 6th overall pick to the Pistons for their pick in 96. They took Juwan Howard with it. I'm fine with it. You guys got Herb Callaway, who's a 74. Eddie Jones is a 76. I'm feeling okay about my decision to trade down. Celtics had a great freaking draft, though. They really did. You guys also got Lamond Murray, who's 75. Honestly, not that bad. Given where you took him, I ended up with Aaron McKee at a 72. So the rookie signings. The rookie signings. Aaron McKee, 21B plus to 72. Harry Blake. He was okay. Guy Weber boy. It's trash. For you guys, Callaway rocking a 74. C potential. Do you sign him to that much money? There's a legitimate conversation to not sign him for that much money. At only a C potential. He's not bad, but is he going to develop? That is a, yeah, that's a choice. And then Lamond Murray is an A-. So Lamond Murray's worth signing. But yeah, that decision to take Herb Callaway really fucked you guys over. There was much better talent available at the time. Had you ended up with like Jalen Rose and Lamond Murray, your team would be looking pretty decent. But that's a pretty big miss at 7 overall to take a guy who's only a 74 at C potential. It looks like there's a chance you'll keep him. He's a rebounder right now. He doesn't have much else going on for him. He is 20, but yeah, that's he's got a long way to go. Long way to go to be half decent. At worst, we trade him. Well, it is a decent amount of money. He gone. He gone. So Lamond Murray will be the signing for you guys there. Team and player options. I'll pick up the option on both of these dudes. For you guys, it's Kirk Valentine, who's just not going to get better. He's still in the 60s, so you might as well let him go. Save that money. Got some free agents that'll be coming up here. Qualifying offers. I don't give a shit about Kenny Battle. About Chris King. Nope. Tracy Murray. Hold on to him. Lewis Campbell. He can go. For you guys, Charles Harden is a B+ at 23. He's not bad depth compared to the AI, who the AI could sign for you. Same for Sealy. Lawson's shit. Quinn Glover's 24. Only a 68, so probably worth letting go of him. So yeah, not too much to do there on that front. So we check out free agency. We'll go position by position here. We start off, and actually really quickly, we'll double check our teams again. So the Mavericks led by Penny, Grant, Kevin Porter Jr. Thank you for the ball. Welcome in. My shooting guard got a little bit worse. Lionel Simmons at forward, Doug Smith, and Alonzo Mourning. For Chat's Bullets, it's Michael Williams, Stacey Augman, and Lamont Murray. You don't have a forward. Power forward's Greg Foster. Your center, for the moment, is actually Purvis Ellison. He's got one more year in his deal, so you might actually still be able to trade him. So that's good. And again, you have the decision of, man, whoever you sign, you might try to move, so, yeah. But at point guard, Tim Hardaway is the big name. 12 offers in for him. You got Mark Price and Michael Adams as veterans. Shooting guard, Reggie Lewis. It's the big name there. You got Mitch Richmond. Nick Anderson's out there. Drazen Petrovic, Ricky Pierce. Old Dan Marley. As a forward at 28 years old, he's the best option there. Most competition for him, too. Power forward, Dennis Rodman. Terry Mills, Hot Rod Williams. And at center, when Dwayne Coswell is the best option. That's pretty rough. So, Chad, any options? Are you going to try to save your money because you're going to tear down and might not want to get stuck with someone who's going to make you better? Are you going to say, screw it, bring him in, see what happens? You do have options. You don't have to use the signing. I'm seeing Save It. I'm seeing Rodman. Terry Mills' name was thrown out. Seeing a lot of saves. A lot of passes. Looks like Chat's going to pass. Although the Dan Marley love is out there. You know what? Let's, we're seeing enough. We'll throw it to a vote. We'll throw it to a vote. At center, or not a center, but a power forward was Rodman. You got Mills as well. Hot Rod Williams. Your old Marley and me at forward. And there wasn't really anybody else that I saw as being mentioned as consistently as that. So the fifth option will be save and to not make the pick. Yeah, the center had 1 year left on his deal, actually, shockingly. See what Chad elects to do. Take one more look at my team while that vote's going through. Wouldn't be the worst decision in the world to pass. Like I did last year. I kind of regretted it once I was there. Tim Hardaway's great, but I don't need him. Reggie Lewis would be great, but... Or Mitch Richmond, but do they necessarily push my team over the edge? They're going to start getting worse soon. I can't afford it. Wow, I don't have too much in terms of open space here. Based on my lack of ability to sign anybody, I'm going to be foregoing my pick due to a lack of money. And Chat will also be foregoing their signing. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's just quickly go through. Honestly, most of these guys just aren't worth keeping. They're not big names. Actually, we'll double check. So Chris King was 24 and a C-. He's definitely gone. Battle was 29. That dude's terrible. Lewis Campbell. Yeah, not good enough. Tracy Murray is probably the one dude that I want to keep. Like, he's okay. The other guys can go. So, yeah, Tracy Murray is the only dude I'm going to look to keep. For you guys, Scott Hastings. Lawson's trash. Glover's a B, but he's 24. Harden, a B plus at 23. Make the argument. Kirk Valentine can make the argument to cap hold him too. And Sealy, viewing from in jail. So like we talking like a butt phone? In which case, I mean, to be on Twitch, these things, they do have flip phones, but man, these things don't fold. So, fucking fair play to you or your cellmate, am I right? God damn. Looks like I'm going to be letting these guys go. Yeah, or you guys are going to be letting those guys go because it's not that good. So, we'll see how free agency plays out as we both elect to just sit back. That 96 draft really has kind of become, this run of drafts between 95 and 97 especially, have taken an interesting turn in terms of importance. Like, I started to build a core that I didn't necessarily believe in. Tim Hardaway is on his way to Sacramento. Mark Price to Minnesota. Reggie Lewis to Boston. Dennis Rodman goes to New Orleans. Oh my God, that's a match made in heaven. Dan Marley to the Suns. Mitch Richmond to the Warriors. Michael Adams to the Spurs. And the name quality starts to dip a little bit. Not necessarily. But, yeah, there were a lot of potential moves. Man, the Boston Celtics fucking made themselves contenders in the blink of an eye. So we got those RFAs signing. Player progression. Alonzo Mourning up to an 88. Shit. I said I didn't have a star, but maybe I do. And I didn't build the supporting cast around him that I could have by going after a different guard. Maybe Alonzo Mourning is a star after all. No real improvement to speak of for the Bullets. Damn. I can't bank on Alonzo Mourning being the guy when it means potentially missing out on the quality that's coming up from these upcoming drafts. Because if I were to bet on them and miss, and then you guys start ending up with fucking, who the hell's Joe Smith? You guys start ending up with Kevin Garnett and guys like that, it could be a little bit concerning. Shout out the big country. Again, these next few drafts are going to be very, very interesting, to say the least. Both of us, I feel like, are in a similar spot. My team's a little bit more developed. God, is that core 3 good enough, man? I'm going to have to think about it. Penny, Simmons, and Alonzo Mourning. Is that core good enough to compete for a title while you guys are going to try to further strip this team down and build through the draft over the next 3 years? Can I bank on that trio being the guys? I don't know.